Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So what chapter were we discussing? We were discussing about factors and multiples. In the previous class we learnt about two new terms, that are common factors and our HCF. What does HCF stand for, children? HCF stands for highest common factor. Yes or no? So in the previous class we learnt about common factors and our highest common factors. So just like common factors, we have common multiples here. Now again, what is a multiple? Multiple is a number. See, when we divide two numbers, say 14 divided by 7, we have 7 twos are 14, and when we subtract 0 is our remainder. Yes or no? What we'll say? We'll say that 7 divides 14 exactly. So 7 becomes our factor and 14 the number that is divided. That is, the dividend here becomes what, children? It becomes our multiple. Yes, it becomes our multiple. When a number is divided by another number exactly, then the dividend here becomes the multiple and the divisor here becomes our factor. And when I say write the first 5 multiples of 7, how will we write the multiples of 7, children? We need to multiply. We need to multiply with numbers starting from 7 and ending at 5. As we have asked only the first 5 multiples, we need to start from 1 and end at 5. 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14, 7 threes are 21, 7 fours are 28 and 7 fives are 35. So 7, 14, 21, 28 and 35 become our multiples. And 7 comma 1 are the factors of 7. 7 and 2 are the factors of 14. Yes, so the numbers that we are multiplying here are our factors and the product is called as our multiple. And this 14 is a multiple to both 7 and 2. Yes, 14 is a multiple of both 7 and 2. Now what was this? This was a brief recall. Yes, a brief revision of what are multiples and factors. Now coming to common multiples, the multiples which are common to two or more numbers are known as common multiples. Okay, when we have multiples which are common what? Which are common to two or more numbers, children. Which are common to the given numbers, then they are called as our common multiples. Let us look at an example of two numbers 3 and 5. Look at the multiples which are common to both the numbers as shown. Now the multiples of 3 are 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12, 3 fives are 15, 3 sixes are 18, 21, 24, 27 and 30. Now the first 10 multiples of 5 are 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20, 5 fives are 25, 5 sixes are 30, 5 sevens are 35, 5 eights are 40, 5 nines are 45 and 5 tens are 50. So these are our multiples of 3 and 5. Now if you look at the multiples that are common to both 3 and 5, here we are having 15 and even 15 is a multiple of 5 as well. Next, again 30 is a multiple of 3 and also we have 30 as a multiple of 30 is a multiple of 3 and also 30 as a multiple of 5. See, we have 3 5s are 15. Yes or no? So 15 becomes the common multiple to both 3 and 5. Okay, now when we multiply it with 2, 3 5s are 15. 15 2s are 30. So 30 becomes a common multiple to 3, 5 and 2 as well. Understood? So what are these are the first two common multiples. Again, why am I specifying the term first two common multiples here? Because as we have discussed, the number of multiples are infinite. Yes, we cannot exactly say the number of multiples that we have. So that is why whenever we are writing or talking about multiples, we say the first 5 multiples or the first 5 common multiples. So the first two common multiples of 3 and 5 are 15 and 30. Understood, children, the concept of common multiples? Next, therefore in the first 10 common multiples of 3 and 5, therefore in the first 10 multiples, we wrote the first 10 multiples. Yes, first 10 multiples of 3 and 5, two common multiples are 15 and 30. If you write the next 10 multiples, you will get some more common multiples. Okay, we have stopped at 10 here. If you continue to write few more, few more multiples, then you will get a few more common multiples as well. Now coming to the least common multiple. In common factors, we had the highest common factor, which is our HCF. H for highest, C for common, F for factor. So in factors we had our highest common factor, but in multiples we have our least common multiple. Why the least? See, we are having two common multiples here, 15 and 30. Okay, so from this I can easily say that 15 is our least common multiple. That means it is our lowest or the smallest of all the common multiples of 3 and 5. Yes, if I ask you to write the highest common multiple, first to write the highest common multiple, you need to know all the common multiples. Yes. Now again, to write the common multiples, you need to write all the multiples. As the number of multiples are infinite, we can know the number of common multiples are also infinite, children. Okay, the number of common multiples are also infinite. So we cannot say which is the highest common multiple. So that is why we go for LCM, that is the least common multiple. As the name suggests, the least common multiple of two or more given numbers is the smallest of their common multiples. Is what? LCM is the smallest of their common multiples. In the above example, we observe that the common multiples of 3 and 5 are 15, 30 and so on. See, and so on. That means we do not know what more common multiples are we having. But there are a few more common multiples, but we do not know as of now. Now the number 15 is the smallest. Yes or no? This is our smallest. This is our first common multiple. So it becomes our smallest common multiple. Hence 15 is the LCM. That is the least common multiple of 3 and 5. What is the 15, children? 15 is the LCM. That is the least common multiple of 3 and 5. I hope the concept of common multiples and the least common multiple is clear, children. Okay, this is very much similar to our common factors. Yes, we just have to list out the multiples of both the given numbers and then find out the common multiples, also the least common multiple. Now, to check whether a given number is a common multiple or not. Okay, what is this? This is to check whether a given number is a common multiple or not. Now, if we remember what we discussed about multiples. Okay. So, when a multiple is divided, when a number, when we divide a multiple by the number, 4 is our multiple, yes, and when we divide it by the number, 4 is a multiple of 2. So when we divide, the remainder should be 0. So to find out whether a given number is a common multiple of the two numbers, divide the given number by both the numbers separately. What should we do? We'll get common means it should be we'll have two or more numbers, then only we can find the common multiple. Yes or no, children? So to find out whether a given number is a common multiple of two numbers, what should we do? We should divide the multiple by both the numbers separately. Okay, by both the numbers separately. If both the numbers divide it completely, then the given number is a common multiple of the two numbers, otherwise it is not. Understood? Only after dividing we can say whether it is a common multiple for both the numbers or not. Let us look at some example here. Check whether 120 is a common multiple of 2 and 3. Now, okay children, so one way or the long process is to find out by dividing actually. What should you do? 120 divided by 2. And if you remember the divisibility rules, for a number to be divisible by 2, it should have 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 in the ones place. Yes. So it is having 0 in the ones place. So 120 is divisible by 2. And when it comes to 3, if we find out the sum of the digits, 1 plus 2 plus 0 is equal to 3. It is a multiple of 3. So 120 is divisible by 3, and that makes 120 a multiple of 3. Okay, this is the shortcut method by using our divisibility rules. This can be applied for multiple choice questions, children, where you need not solve the problem and show whether it is a multiple or not. Okay, now suppose if you get a question like this where you have to solve and show them, then first step 1 would be to divide 120 by 2. 120 divided by 2. 2 6 are 12. When we subtract, 0 is remaining. 0 brought down. 2 zeros were 0. And when we subtract, 0 is remaining. That means 2 is a factor of 120. And 120 is a multiple of 2. So 120 divided by 2 is equal to 60. That is our quotient. Next, step 2. Now divide 120 by 3. We have 3 4s are 12, and when we subtract, 0 is remaining. Now 0 brought down. 3 zeros are 0, and when we subtract, 0 is remaining. So the quotient is 4. The remainder is 0. So what does this mean? 3 is a factor of 120 and 120 is a multiple of 3. So 120 divided by 3 is equal to 40, which is our quotient, as both 2 and 3 have divided 120 completely. Yes, the remainder we got was 0 in both the cases. So we can say that therefore 120 is a common multiple of both the numbers 2 and 3. Understood, children? What should you do? You should divide the number. You should divide the given multiple by both the numbers. Okay, you should divide the given number by both the numbers 2 and 3. And if they are dividing it completely, then we can say that it is a common multiple for both the numbers. Example 2. Check whether 120 is a common multiple of 6 and 7. What is this, children? Sorry, actually it was 120 is a common multiple of 2 and 3, but it's the same question repeated. 243. Acha, see, the question was check whether 243 is a common multiple of 2 and 3. It's not 120, it is 243. What should we check? Whether 243 is a common multiple of both 2 and 3 or not. Okay children, if we apply the divisibility rule here, 243 is not divisible by 2 as it is having 0 in the ones place. Yes, as it is not divisible by 2, we can directly say that it is not a common multiple of both 2 and 3. Yes, it should be divisible by both the given numbers, children. Okay, it should be divisible by both the given numbers. If it is not divisible by either of the numbers, then we can directly say that it is not a common multiple of the given numbers. See, 243 divided by 2. 2 ones are 2. When we subtract 0, 4 brought down. 2 twos are 4. When we subtract 0 is remaining. 3 brought down. 2 ones are 2. When we subtract 1 is our remainder. So 1 is a remainder means what? 243 is not divisible by 2. So 243 is not the multiple and 2 is not our factor. Okay, so as it is not divisible by 2, it is not a common multiple of both 2 and 3. Clear? So even if if it is not divisible by one of the numbers, we can directly say that it is not a common multiple for both the given numbers. Note, you can also divide the given number by the product of two numbers. If it divides completely, then it is a common multiple. Otherwise, it is not. This is applicable if two numbers have no common factors. For example, if 16 is a common multiple of 4 and 8, but 16 is not divisible by 4 into 8, as 4 and 8 have common factors. Now what are they saying? Here 16, 4 and 8. Okay. We need to check whether 16 is a common multiple of 4 and 8. Now if you look at the factors of 4 and 8, children, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 8. We are having the common factors here. Yes, 4 and 8 both have the common factors. Okay. Remember this point. What is that? That it is having 4 and 8 have common factors. They have 3 common factors, 1, 2 and 4. Now if I want to check whether 72 is a common multiple of both 2 and 3. Yes, 2 and 3 have no common factors other than 1. Okay, so we can say that they have no common factors. If we multiply these two, 2 into 3, we'll get 6. Yes, if we multiply 2 and 3, we'll get 6. So when we divide 72 by 6, 6 ones are 6, and when we subtract 1 is remaining, 2 brought down, 6 twos are 12, and when we subtract 0 is remaining, children. Yes, so what does this mean? 72 is a multiple of 6. 72 is a multiple of 6. So 72 also becomes a multiple of 2 and 3. Okay, if the given numbers have no common factors, like here 2 and 3 have no common factors other than 1. Okay, other than 1. So 1 is a common factor. Any two numbers you take, 1 will always be the common factor. Okay, so that is why we are saying no common factors other than 1. In that cases, you can simply multiply the given numbers and then divide the given number by the product. If it is divisible, yes, That means 72 is a multiple of both 2 and 3. But here in the case of 4 and 8, where they are having two common multiples. If we keep one aside, they have two common multiples, namely 2 and 4. Yes. So if we take the product, 4 8s are 32. Is 16 divisible by 32, children? No, it is not possible. So what will you say? You will say that 16 is not a common multiple of 4 and 8. But we have 4 4s are 16 and also 8 2s are 16. 16 is a multiple of both 4 and 8. Now why did this product did not work here? Because they are having common factors. Okay, so when the given numbers do not have any common factors, then you can go for multiplying them and dividing the given number by the product. Understood, children? So, if if the product divides the number completely, then it is a common multiple. Otherwise, it is not. Yes, this is applicable only if two numbers have no common factors. Keep that in mind. Okay, when you have two numbers in the exam which do not have any common factors other than 1, you can reduce the amount of problem solving by simply dividing the number by the product of the given numbers. Instead of dividing it two times by each number separately, children, you can divide it by the product. Now let us solve some problems based on this concept. Write the first two common multiples of the given pairs of numbers. First, 4 and 5. 4 we have 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12, 4 fours are 16, 4 fives are 20, 4 sixes are 24, 4 sevens are 28, 4 nines are 4 6 are 24, 4 sevens are 28, 4 eights are 32, 4 nines are 36 and 4 tens are 40. Now coming to the multiples of 5, it's looking like 8 instead of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay children, you can stop here only. Why? Because we have got our two common multiples, that are 20 and 40. Understood? So what are the first two common multiples for 4 and 5? 20 and 40. Next, question B, 10, 20. We have the multiples as 10, 20, 30, 40. Then we have the multiples as 20, 40. Okay, we can stop here only. As 20 and 40, we have got our first common multiples. What did we get? We got our first two common multiples, that are 20 and 40. The first two common multiples are 20 and 40. Next question, see 5 and 3. We have 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12, 3 fives are 15, 3 sixes are 18, 3 sevens are 21, 3 eights are 24, 3 nines are 27 and 3 tens are 30. The first 10 multiples of 10. In the same way, let us write the first. See, I have missed a number here. What should you write, children? We should write the first 10 multiples of 5 as well. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50. Now from these 10 multiples, if you find out the common ones, we have 15 and 30. So the first two common multiples of 5 and 3 are 15 and 30. Understood, children? And I hope you can solve the remaining 3 problems at your home. Yes? Questions D, E and F. Next, find the LCM of the following pairs of numbers. What should you do? Again write the common multiples. If we take 6 and 8 together, we have 6 ones are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. Here we have 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. So, if you look at here, the least common multiple is what, children? It is our 24. 24 is the LCM of our 6 and 8. The first two common multiples are 24 and 48, and the least one is 24. Now coming to B, 10 and 30. We have 10, 20, 30. And then here we have 30, 60 and 90. Which is the LCM? 30 is our LCM. It is our first common multiple. So that becomes our least common multiple as well. That is 30. Coming to question C, 9 and 11. First, what should you do? Write the multiples of 9 and 11. 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 9 threes are 27, 9 fours are 36, 9 fives are 45. Yes, children, 9 fives are 45, 9 sixes are 54, 9 sevens are 63, 9 eights are 72, 9 nines are 81, and 9 tens are 90. And if we take the multiples of 11, we have 11 ones are 11, 11 twos are 22, 11 threes are 33, 11 fours are 44, 11 fives are 55, 11 sixes are 66, 77, 88, 99 and 110. Now we have written down both the first 10 multiples of 9 and 11. Yet we did not find any common multiple among them. Yes or no? So does that mean that 9 and 11 do not have any common multiples? No, they have, but you have to search further, children. What do we... Sorry for the disturbance. Yes. So what do we have after 90? We have 9 11s are 99. Yes, that's it. We have got our least common multiple. Yes, we have after the 11th multiple, 9 11s are 99, and here we have 11 9s are 99. So this is our least common multiple. So LCM of 9 and 11 is 99, children. Okay, so sometimes even after writing the first 10 multiples, you might not find the LCM. So do not do not write LCM as 0 there or nil, but you have to search further, write few more multiples and check whether you are having any common multiples. Understood? Now coming to question D, 5 and 13. What should we do again? Write the multiples of both the numbers, that is 5 and 13, children. Yes? 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, now coming to the multiples of 13. 13 ones are 13. 13 twos are 26. 13 threes are 39. 13 fours are 42. Sorry, 13 fours are 52. Sorry, 13 fives are 65. Okay, now if you look at the numbers here, this we have gone till 65 here, but yet we did not find any common multiples. Here we have written only 50, right? Here we have gone beyond 50 till 65, but we did not find any common multiples. That means we need to write few more multiples of 5. 5 11s are 55, 5 12s are 60, 5 13s are 65. There we have our least common multiple, that is 65. Okay, so sometimes while writing the multiples like this, you can do this. Check. See, here we have got 50 already. Yes, here we have moved beyond 50 and yet we did not get any LCM. So let us keep 13 here itself and write few more multiples of 5. 55, 60 and 65. There we have our LCM, that is 65 children. LCM is equals to 65 of 5 and 13. Yes, I hope the concept of common multiples and the least common multiples is clear. Now coming to question 3. Check whether 225 is a common multiple of 3 and 5. Now what did we do for checking? We need to divide 225 by 3 and then 225 by 5. But if you remember the note, here 3 and 5, the factors of 3 are 1 and 3 and the factors of 5 are 1 and 5. There are no common factors between 3 and 5 other than 1. Yes. So what can we do? We can simply take the product of 3 and 5, that is 15, and divide our number by this product. 225 divided by 15. We have 15 ones are 15. When we subtract, 7 is remaining, 5 brought down. We have 15 5s are 75. When we subtract again, 0 is our remainder, children. So what does that mean? 0 is remainder means 225 is divisible by 15. So that means that it is a common multiple. Yes, it is a common multiple of 3 and 5. Or you can go the regular way, that is first divided by 3. We have 3 7s are 21. When we subtract, 1 is remaining, 5 brought down. 3 5s are 15. When we subtract, 0 is our answer. The other number was 5. We have 5 4s are 20. When we subtract, 2 is remaining, 5 brought down. 5 5s are 25. When we subtract, 0 is remaining. So 225 is divisible by both 3 and 5. So what can we conclude? 225 is a common multiple of both 3 and 5. Yes, it is a common multiple of both 3 and 5. Now coming to check whether 178 is a common multiple of 6 and 2. First we need to divide it by 6 and then we need to divide it by 2. We have 6 2s are 12. When we subtract, 5 is remaining, 8 brought down. Does 58 come in 6th table, children? No. We have 6 9s are 54. When we subtract, 4 is our remainder. What does this mean? That's 178 is not completely divisible by our 6. Therefore, 178 is not a common multiple. CM. I have written the short form here, but while you are writing in your notes, you should write the full form common multiple. Okay. So 178 is not a common multiple of 6 and 2. Yes, here it is not divisible by one number. So we have directly concluding that it is not a common multiple for the given number 6 and 2. No, it is not a common multiple. Okay. And with this, we've come to the end of today's class, children. I hope the concept of common multiple and LCM was clear to you. Thank you.